Hello, welcome back. Thank you so much for being here, for supporting me and my channel. So today's flow is going to be very grounded. So this is going to be a flow for when you're kind of feeling sad and when you're just moving through something. I really believe that sometimes we tend to want to get away from the discomfort, so much so that we don't allow ourselves to feel it and process it and actually release it, so it stays kind of stored within us. So this is going to be a very gentle flow, where we will take some time to be with ourselves, and then kind of through some gentle twists begin to release that heaviness and let it roll off. And then at the end, we'll kind of do a little short breath work where we kind of just release it like with movement, and then kind of reground back in. So this is for me, the purpose of this is to actually feel before we release. I think that's the most important thing. So if you want to have any blocks to help support you at any point within this practice, go ahead and grab those now. I don't think you'll need them, but just in case. So we will begin in child's pose today. I think that's the most comforting pose. You can always put a block between your heels to kind of lift you up. If child's pose doesn't feel good for you, I suggest just keeping the hips kind of up slightly and just kind of coming down with the forehead. So you could even do puppy posture if that feels okay. But taking the knees wide or together, whatever feels best, and go ahead and make a diamond shape with those hands or with the elbows, and just bringing the forehead down, really taking a moment here to feel the body. Maybe where are you feeling the heaviness? And begin to feel the weighted down parts of the body. Beginning to tune into the quality of your breath. And when you're ready, begin to elongate the breath, kind of balancing out. So breathing in for 3, and then breathing out for 3. And as you breathe in, really imagine the low back widening, really breathing into the low back. And as you exhale, the navel is pulling up and in. I want to give a few moments here of silence just to be with our breath and whatever we're feeling today. Can we just offer space without trying to fix it or change it? Good. This is sometimes the most challenging part, to be still with any kind of heaviness or discomfort we might have. So notice the strength within yourself to be with it all. And on your next inhale, I invite you to slowly begin to lift up. We're going to come into a downward facing dog. So taking your fingers spread wide and tucking the toes, keeping a generous bend in those knees, just begin to lift the hips up. So go ahead and take any movement here that might feel good. I invite you within this pose to just imagine that you're beginning to just kind of let that sadness just roll off the back, giving it back to the earth, saying thank you. Everything is here to teach us. Everything is here to help us grow. And so these emotions, they're not bad, they're not right or wrong, they just need a space to be. So this is our space to be with them. So come into a moment of stillness within your downward dog. Really let those heels yearn towards the floor as the tailbone reaches up to where the ceiling meets the wall. Good. And then we'll step or carry that right foot forward in between the hands. Go ahead and ground the right knee or left knee. And I want you to just slowly kind of come into this low lunge and just kind of rock back and forth. If you want to add some movement, kind of feeling into that left hip, being gentle. Good. And then slowly placing the hands on the thighs, coming into this low lunge. Connecting with your core here, I want you to reach that left hand out as you reach that right arm back. So finding a little strength. Good. And then bringing that left elbow down to the right thigh. Right hand comes to the left hand. Coming into a twist here. So if this is too much, I want you to just bring that left hand down, right arm up, coming into an easy twist. But I want you to see if you can really keep length in the spine as you keep the deep breaths. So really imagine that you're just wringing it out. Really connecting with that breath with your center. This is where your heart and your strength lies. Good. One more deep breath here. Good. And we'll gently release the twist, bringing both hands down to the mat. And then tucking those back toes, I want you to just step that left foot forward, keeping the feet about hip distance width apart. Come into your forward fold. I want you to just let it go here. You can rock side to side. You can hold on to opposite elbows. But I want you to just imagine, like close your eyes and just imagine whatever it is that is just feeling so heavy right now. Just say thank you. I hear you. I feel you. And see what shifts. Maybe nothing. Maybe it's just a tiny bit. You can even make sighs. Audible sighs are always good. Good. If you're holding on to the elbows, gently release. And then we're just going to step back with the right foot now, coming into that low lunge. So taking a rock side to side here just to kind of feel into the hips. We do hold a lot of emotions within the hips. But if you are really feeling sad and heavy, I think just sometimes not going too deep is good, but also like you have the power to know what you need in this moment. So then gently place the hands on the thighs, coming up into that low lunge. Good. Connecting a bit with that strength, reaching that right hand forward, and that left hand will come back. Good. Really breathe here. And then finding length, that right elbow will come to the left thigh, left hand to the right palm, coming into prayer. So coming into your twist, you can also always keep that right hand grounded, coming into an easy twist. But really keep the length in the spine as you keep the deep breaths. Good. Just allowing ourselves to feel and to just almost kind of wring out that heaviness, even if it's just a little bit. Good. One more deep breath here. And then we'll gently release, bringing both hands down to the mat. And then we're going to just bring that left foot back to meet the right. And then we're just going to come to a seated. So this is a short and mindful practice today, just to be gentle with ourselves. And this is going to be our little release. If at any point this does not feel good or you get lightheaded, please stop. But this I learned from I feel like my teacher and my mentor, Brett Larkin, and I really found it to kind of shift the energy and help me release. So you're going to cross the arms in front of you and then bring the elbows back, and then like you're scooping that energy up and just tossing it over. So, and we'll breathe as we do this. So you go. So get into a rhythm that feels good for you, but just like you're just like tossing it over, whatever feels heavy, what no longer serves you. You can make this audible, but just imagine that you're kind of clearing out what's heavy here. You can also alternate crisscrossing which arm comes in front. But keeping loose in the shoulders. Good. Just keep breathing, keep staying with it. Good. Give me 3 more. 2, 1. Good. And then cross the arms and keep the fists and then bring the arms up overhead. Keep the fists, hold the breath for a moment, just suspending that energy. Good. And exhale when you're ready, bringing the hands all the way down to the thighs. Just taking a moment just to notice if anything shifted. And bringing our hands to our heart. So right hand over on the chest, left hand over the right. Just taking a moment to bow, to honor yourself for showing up on your mat, for feeling what's here, for being where you are with whatever you're feeling. It takes a lot of courage, takes a lot of strength. Honor that. Have gratitude for yourself and for the feelings that are moving through you, because they are here to show, to reveal, so that we can move forward to our highest potential. Good. Breathe all that in. And when you're ready, we'll gently open the eyes and say namaste, if that feels right. Good. Thank you so much. I hope this allowed you some space to just be, some space to feel, as well as maybe a little bit of a release. And if it wasn't, that's okay. Sometimes it just takes time. And you can always just return to this practice or return to your mat to just be. I do invite you, if you'd like, to grab a journal after this, and maybe if anything came up for you, if you'd like to just release it further through writing, or you are welcome to even just come into Shavasana and just rest I think too, when we're feeling heavy, it's really good to just rest and give ourselves that. So you deserve it. Just know that whatever you're going through, you're not alone. And I send you all my love and all my light. And I am so happy that you are here. I'm so happy that you exist. And the best is yet to come. So with that, please like this video if you did. Subscribe if you haven't. I appreciate your support. And as always, share on lightly.